My name is Caesar, aka Mr. Good Life. We are covering the most exhilarating topics. I'm talking about the highest performers, talking about mental health. Guys, to the old people, thank you so much for the subscription. To the new viewers, guys, don't forget to subscribe, turn the bell notification on, and guys, please join this big growing family, and I'll see you there. Let's go. Back again from the Young Hustle podcast. Today's guest is all the way from Tennessee, in the United States of America. He goes by the name of Aspen Kennedy, guys. Professional actor, producer. He's worked with the big name, the phenomenal names, just like Bruce Willis, such names as Tyler Perry, which we're gonna be learning more about relationship principles. So yeah, man, are you good?
Yeah, pretty good, man. Excited to be here, man.
Awesome.
Thanks for working with me. Time schedule, a lot came up, but I'm excited to be here, bro.
Awesome, brother. So in this channel, we promote more about mental health and also just to help people just to raise their self-esteem, because we find that a lot of people are suffering from depression. Yeah, man, before we even go any further, can you just tell us more about your childhood, man? Where are you coming from?
Yeah, so I was born in Tennessee, Memphis. So I live in Atlanta, Georgia now, but I grew up there 18 years, went to Jackson State University in Mississippi of Jackson, and went to college. And after that, I was like, I either should move to LA or Atlanta, but I ended up coming to Atlanta first, and it's been a blessing for me, bro.
Beautiful. And I've seen that your career has been inspired by your mom, man. Like I think it's such an inspirational story. And as I was studying, man, I see that your faith is actually moved by your mother's teachings. And man, how has that actually helped you to be where you are today? What are the lessons that you
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Because I feel like regardless of what industry, regardless of what field or anything you do in life, you have to have faith in order to pursue things and to know like it's not about my talent, it's not about my skill set, it's about truly what God allows me to do. And from that experience, I get to experience what God allows me to through his orchestration. So I feel like, my mother, she definitely instilled that in me as a child. So she always told me, hey, whatever I could put my mind to, I could accomplish. So I took that, into my adulthood, and God amplified that for me as I never forgot those steps of faith that was planted within me. So
beautiful, man. So as today we wanted to dive on and just cover on relationship principles. As I've been studying your work, man, I see that you're doing so well in your relationships, man, especially in your love relationships and also in your career as well. So truly am inspired because as we are growing on from this side as well, as young folks, I believe that we should learn from people that actually doing well, just to pick those principles and also just to find the fundamentals of how they're actually doing it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So how can you tell us about your relationship with getting to work with such people as Bruce Willis, man, and how is that has actually shifted your perception on how you take on your acting career?
Man, it gives me and it gave me an experience of, I can rewind you back of how I got the part as well. So literally the night before, again, when I say everything I've been able to do is all because of God, bro, like literally, some things, life doesn't always, it's not perfect every single day. So literally where I was going through a lot of things and I was just like, all right, God, like, help me, like literally to the point I wasn't questioning, like, giving up, but it was just a thing where I'm just like, God, like, I don't know what's going on. I'm tired. I don't know what's next. And like, I'm done. Like, maybe I'm not supposed to be doing this, like just throwing a fit, And after that, literally, I wake up that morning, a director that I worked with years ago in college, he hit me up. He was like, hey, man, you've been on my mind. I never forgot my word. And this was 6 years later.
Whoa.
A lot of times you can forget. All people say they'll call me back, but 6 years later, and specifically to the morning when I said, God, I need your help. This guy didn't know that. So he contacted me. He was like, hey, man, they brought me on board to direct this film. And I'm going to send you a script and let me know what you think. At this point, I didn't know what it was. Didn't know who was attached to it. I'm just thinking, hey, okay, I love what I do. So this is a chance to do what I love. So it's like, okay, cool. And when I read the script, I said, nah, for sure, bro. I've always wanted to be in an action movie. Like I didn't even
Yeah.
have to audition for it, bro.
But
And
when
so
did you discover that? When did you discover that? Like that you
when
wanted to be like you wanted to be an actor
in college, actually, I
or
took
in
a
college? Yeah.
course. Yeah, so even by happenstance as well, I was working at the Apple store. We had an Apple store on campus, at my college university. And a girl, she randomly, well, not randomly, God sent her to walk past me. And I left out of my job. And at that point, I had to find a course, to complete my semester for that year. And I didn't want to take music appreciation or art appreciation, but I needed
Mm,
to choose an art. So she randomly walked past me. She was like, "Hey, Aspen, do you have your schedule for the rest of the semester?" I'm like, "No, I don't. I'm looking for, an art." She's like, "I feel like you should take fundamentals of acting. It would be good
mm,
for you." Like,
mm.
okay, cool. So I go to the registrar's office and I register for that class. And when I took the class the following semester, that was the first class that I felt like, I'm like, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do. So I always think about, and she always comments on social media now. She was like, for me to give you a word about you taking the class and seeing where God is taking you is just like mind blowing. I'm like, I don't know what would happen if she never crossed my path and was like, hey, you should take this class,
Mm,
And
mm,
yeah,
mm.
when I took that class, my professor, he was a working actor, and he was just like, man, like if this is something you want to do, you should
Yeah,
do it
yeah,
because you're a good actor. So, man, it's all been unfolding, bro.
yeah. No, no, it's such a beautiful story to learn from,
Yeah.
Yeah, and also from your experience also, which
Mhm.
are the three top actors that you can say, you know what, um, these are the people that I look up to, and every day I'm just pushing myself to get to that level from you.
Mhm.
Like, which are the top three actors from your perspective?
Definitely Denzel Washington for sure.
Okay.
Uh, two, who else? Who else that I really, really enjoy their body of work? Denzel Washington. I love Julia Roberts. She's a great, even
Roberts.
though she's a
Mm.
woman, like she's great. And Kerry Washington. Yeah,
Kerry Washington.
yeah,
And which is your top movie from Denzel Washington?
definitely. My favorite top, I think John Q. John Q.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen the movie as well.
Mhm.
And I know that you're a big fan of what's this movie? This old movie that you always been watching ever since, like from your childhood up until now. It's called Bring something. It's I forgot this. I forgot the name. But there's this
Mm,
one movie that you've always loved to watch,
yeah,
from childhood up until now. But it's a
yeah.
comedy movie.
Good
And
Burger.
Good Burger, Good Burger.
Yeah, man. I love it.
I
Love it.
mean, like
Love it.
it's everybody's movie. That's everybody's movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I may
man.
watch it tonight. I don't know.
And
It's
you
so
watch
good,
it
bro.
even now. You still watch the movie.
Yeah, yeah. Literally, I was joking with my fiance. I was like, "Yo, like, I should watch a Good Burger again." Like I have to watch it all the time.
And I think it's one of the best movies that actually put like makes you human again, and just
Yeah,
it lightens you up, and it
yeah,
takes you
it
off the
does.
stress, day-to-day moments and all of that.
Yeah,
So yeah, man.
it's like every time I watch it too, I find something new to laugh about. I'm like, I never saw that. But yeah, it's one of my favorite movies, man.
Exactly. Yeah, since you've mentioned talking about your
Mhm.
girlfriend, man, take us back, man. Like Tyler, right? Taylor.
Taylor, yeah, Taylor, yeah,
Yeah, Taylor, man. Man, I think from my perspective, I don't know about the views, but I think you guys move with such beautiful principles for your relationships, and I think it could be an honor for us to get to learn from this side of how you guys got to get to link up, but also just to speak about the importance of literally having intimacy after sex. I think that's quite a catchy topic that actually got me.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. No, absolutely, bro. To start it off, so me and Taylor we crossed paths in 2017. It was briefly like I was at a friend's house taping an audition randomly, and my friend, her roommate was Taylor's friend that she was visiting, and Taylor wasn't even a resident of Georgia at the time. So
yeah,
we
yeah.
just saw each other crossing, and last year we reconnected. I reached out on business terms, and like we met up over business a few times, and like I felt something. I'm just like, man, like, okay, of course she's beautiful, but it was a thing where I'm like, I feel something here. But before I even approach that, I prayed like, all right, God, like if there's something there, show me that. And if so, help me to be a good steward over the relationship. And so that happened. And like, we just started to hang out. But like like before we came together and started hanging out, it was a thing where I was in the season with God and she was too individually. And we didn't even know that he was preparing us for the exact things that we were expecting of him in terms of relationships. So like, I feel like it was easier for us to be and to walk in unison and having the same vision towards what we want out of a relationship, because God both was in the center of our hearts to know like, hey, we want him in our relationship. We want our relationship to not look just like love, but to be of a godly love, So it's something that I cannot even have planned out myself to experience for myself. So it's been a blessing, bro.
I think it's a beautiful blessing, and also, man,
Yeah.
I've been seeing that all your videos that
Mhm.
you shoot together, you'll have like a devotion,
Life in private
like,
cars. Yeah.
exactly, and I think that's it's such a powerful what can I say powerful way to start your YouTube your videos, and also like
Mm.
to give us an inspiration of getting to read from the scripture, and just from your perspective, um what has actually connected you to be more spiritual in the way that you are today?
Yeah.
Because
And
I think yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
as well as, I want to finish your other question too. So like, in terms of the importance of like not having sex until you're married, I believe is really important because of course, I have not a virgin, but at the same point, me becoming into the full understanding of who God calls me to be as a man is like understanding that when you have sex with someone, you're sharing your spirit with someone. So it's not just like something that we should just be ignorant or blind of, like, oh, I'm just casually having fun, because it's a bigger thing. And I understand that God, he ordains it, he created it, but he ordains it to be in such of a manner of like a husband and a wife, because I believe that there is something powerful within those confines versus just like, doing things out in the world, because he values our spirit. So if we're just out here just exchanging our spirit with everyone, we don't value who we are as a temple for God. So, and I feel like, I desire to be used by him the most. We have to keep ourselves in honor to him with our bodies through everything we do. So I feel like that's why it's important to both of us that, we honor him in our bodies as well until we are married. So,
Mm.
but to answer your second question,
Yeah.
about why my faith is so important now, bro. Like I said, just looking back over my life in general, especially like my career, anything I've been able to do, like any show I've worked on, any movie, there's a faith story behind it. I'm just like, roles that I've gotten and I've cried about, I've told people about, hey, I'm gonna be on this show, and find out like, hey, they actually went with a A-lister or a named actor. So losing opportunities only to say, God, that hurt, but I know you want to embarrass me, to somebody, my agent calling me back saying, hey, you got the job. So I'm like, there's been so many moments of my faith, not just in my career, that
Yeah.
God has placed within my life for me to know that he is truly, with him, all things are possible. And aside from him, I can do no thing. So it's just like constantly being able to live in that humble spirit of like, God, like, I
Mm.
need you in my relationships. I need you in my finances. I need you in my career, because you wake me up every single day. I can't just do, you giving me the heart that you've given me to live out a life in such a way that pleases you. So who am I to act like I can do things by myself,
Mm.
So
Mm. Mm.
that's the truth, bro.
Yo, that's deep. That's deep. Yo,
Yeah.
stemming from that same answer, I just want to find out, like, how do you get to keep real love? Because in these days, man, for us youngsters and anyone in general, it's so
Mm-hmm.
hard to find the right person. But for you,
Mm-hmm.
man, almost like it clicked, and it's almost like it was the person that was waiting for you. But man, how
Mm-hmm.
does it get to the point where you just like find and keep real love? How do you
Mm-hmm.
how do you see that? You know what? This like she's the
Yeah.
one, you know. Like
Yeah, she is.
because look at us, bro. You're
Yeah.
okay, okay, you're a handsome guy, I'm a handsome
Thank
like
you, bro.
and then when it comes to like females in general, like for us, there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
temptation, you know. But
Yeah.
then I think it takes a mindset. So I want you to break down the mindset
Mm-hmm.
to the kids like us or to the youngsters like
Yeah.
us on how to keep and find that one love that you can actually fulfill your purpose with.
Yeah, man. First of all, it's another cool fact about me. I love great questions. So that is a great question, bro. And also, I'm inspired by you too. Your hustle, the Hustle Young Hustle podcast, like what you're doing there, it will be amplified, bro. So keep trusting that. But truly, bro, like knowing that through God's experience of his love, like to say that I want a love in a relationship, there is no love without God. So it's just like truly knowing like the principles that he has for me, the heart that he's given me, the life that he graces me to live, it
Mm,
all has to reflect him. So like in order of, like you said, the principles is truly like how to find love is to know the qualities of God. Because if you think about it, God is Alpha and Omega. He's the beginning and the end. You know, he's beyond time. So it's just like we want love, we want marriages, we want long relationships, we want long money, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like there's so many things we want in longevity, but if we
yeah, yeah,
understand the true
true.
things that will always last are only attached to God, it's just like, okay, cool. The things of this earth will pass away. You know, especially in our culture, bro. You know, rap music, hip hop is
Mm,
all about I'm at a point now where like, hey, I used to love that music, but it's just like now I can't listen to certain things because I realize there's a spirit attached to everything. Because if I'm listening to like, all right, cool, you know, meet this girl and the chick, do what I want, I don't know what the next day,
true.
then it's just those are the things that I will begin to only see around me, or I may be imitating that. So it's just like if I put my focus and my heart towards like, I want a God's love. I want a love that is kind, that is joy, that is patient. If I want those things, I have to reflect those things and only understand that those things will come from him. Because if I expect it from the earth, it'll be breakup after breakup. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like there's no if we put our faith in man or woman is just like, okay, cool, they can fail me. But when you can trust that the person that you love or the things that you love is in God's hands, you don't
Mm,
have to worry about it because it's ultimately in his hands, bro. So like just truly just seeking God for it, bro. Cause like I said, I prayed about her before I approached her. And I never did that before any relationship. And I don't even know why I did it, but it was a God thing of like, hey, this is for you. I
mm,
want you to have it. And on a latter day, when I'm talking to someone on the podcast, I
mm,
can look back and say, like, oh,
mm,
that was the thing that I did different in terms of approaching a
exactly.
relationship that I wanted to last, you know?
You know, I like I've met different people every day, but for you, I'm so inspired by how you keep on mentioning like getting to pray before you do things and even getting to speak about prayer because I know for us from like I think different cultures, you know, they don't
Yeah,
allow us to speak about, you know, like get
yeah,
to exaggerate the power of prayer, you know,
yeah.
get to the power of prayer because I think it stems from one of your principles as well, you know,
Hmm.
which it's something I want to actually throw on right now, just for you
Yeah.
to tell me like few like couple of principles that you get to use before you leave the house, before I
Hmm.
can even see you, like right now.
Hmm. Hmm.
What are the your morning routine? What is the first thing that you do before you leave the house? Because I can
Hmm.
see that for you to be the person that you are, I truly
Hmm.
believe that there are principles that you're moving with, and there are actually like principles and fundamentals that you get to use, you know, to be
Hmm.
the person that you are today. You know, and I'm truly am inspired by that, and I would love to learn more. And I'm sure I'm not the only one, you know, to
Hmm.
have the energy that you have, to have the charisma, you know, to have the
Yeah.
attraction that you have. So yeah, man, like how's your morning routine go?
Bro, believe it or not, I'm actually in a place in my life where I need a morning routine. But I'm so serious, bro, if I'm being honest. But it's the thing where, like, I know in the last few months, I'm like, before I pick up my phone, so to speak, to check an email, like, I want to make sure that, you know, I read some scripture or I make sure before I go to Instagram or before I go or think about, hey, let me see if I heard back from this audition. Like, let me make sure that I
Mm,
set the atmosphere. I'm not perfect with it every single day, but what I find is the more that I do take those steps to successfully,
mm,
like you know, do that, then it's just like how you said, like, hey, it's interesting how you start off the YouTube channel with positivity. I feel like
mm,
there's power in our days the same way of like, you know, regardless of what happened yesterday, regardless of what happened last night, I didn't wake myself up. Whoever the richest person in the world is right now, like they can't tell you, oh, I wake up this way. I tell my heart to do, or if I do this, then I keep my spirit. And at some point throughout the day, is really important because, like I said, bro, like he gives us the minds that we have. He gives us the audacity and the authority and the passion that you know we have to do things like we're doing now. Like, hey,
mm,
I'm pretty sure that it's your passion to do this podcast, bro. But like, there's a reason behind you're doing for this that it's probably bigger than what you can understand right now. But just know that you're doing it is for a bigger reason, bro. So like, just
beautiful.
truly, just I can't do nothing without him, bro. Can't wake myself up. So when I wake up, I can't. act like, you know, I'm doing it by myself, bro.
Now it brings me to this question.
Mhm.
Like, what are you fighting for? Because I truly believe that every man on this planet should have a mission, and
Mhm.
every man and woman in this planet, they are driven by something. What are you fighting for? And yeah, man, like, what are you fighting for every single day? To become
Mhm.
the person that you are. You know,
Yeah.
yeah,
Peace, love, and just to wrap those things up on a consistent basis. Like me and Taylor was talking about the other day, I told her, I was just like, you know, what I realize now in my prayers or in my life, I want to walk in the fullness of God that He has for me. Because I feel like, for example, like I already got a cup here, and it's just like, all right, what if life is we're only here for so well, you see, we're only here for so long, and it's just like to walk in the fullness of it every single day, I have to rely on to say, hey, my life, according to Christ, according to Jesus Christ in the Bible, these are the things that are promised to me. To have a life that is prosperous, that is abundant, that is safeguarded in His hands. So it's just like if I know that, you know, because we all feel like, yo, I should be doing more, I should be experiencing more, but to know that there is more, but to say, hey, I want to walk in the fullness every single day, the
mm,
fullness of joy, the fullness of, and not saying everything has to be perfect every single day, but if I can
true,
walk
true,
into the fullness of how I should be every single day
exactly,
according to God's view over my life, then it's just like, that's what I'm fighting for. To like, hey, you know what? Make a mistake, or you may not respond and react the right way, or you may not handle things the right way, but it's just like, you know what? Let me get it together, and tomorrow let me do better, because I want to walk in the fullness and walk out my salvation as I'm graced to every single day. So like literally, bro, I just want to experience love every day, peace, joy, excitement, and like He says in the Bible, these are the things that He freely gives to us. So when you know somebody freely gives you something, it's just like,
exactly.
oh, I want in on that. So it's just like I want in on that fullness that is freely given to me, and like just walking that out every day, even through, you know, low moments, high moments, whatever it may be, even quiet moments. Is just like, you know what? I'm believing that regardless of what I can see or what I feel, this is going to work out for my good because I do love God. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, and also like what are you currently working on right now, in terms
Mhm.
of industry, like for your next goal?
Yeah, so right now I'm just have a few opportunities that are lined up as far as like auditions or whatever. But literally just in class right now, bro. Tuesday nights, and just staying prepared for the moment, so when they do come, you know, I'll be found ready. But other than that, I have a few unproduced projects that I've been, you know, in development. But other than that, that's really been the most thing aside from me and Taylor's podcast. Um, but yeah.
Exactly. No, no, it's beautiful. Yeah,
Mhm.
before we wrap
Oh yeah,
up,
my clothing line too. TYO. I don't know if you saw that from the Taylor's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
there's a
exactly, exactly,
but yeah, my
exactly. Your clothing line, and
mhm.
where can people find your clothing line?
Yeah,
We should
thank you, Lord Official.com. Thank you,
thank you,
Lord Official.
Lord. Official. Okay, we're gonna put in a link in
For
a
sure. For
exactly.
sure. Yeah.
Uh,
And the
yeah, man.
cards you mentioned earlier that we use, lifeandprive.com. And
Mm,
it's on our page. You can find both of the links for the devotional cards and my
exactly.
merchandise.
Mm, great, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, literally, I'm vibrating right now with so much gratitude.
Mhm.
Literally,
Yeah.
it's actually speaking to you. It's
Same, bro. I'm excited. I'm glad to talk to you, man. Like, hey, it's good to learn. Like, I'm inspired by you too, man. I really mean it. Like, just, you know, you use what you have there and just you getting stuff done. So just like, no, like, just keep doing what you're doing, bro. Like, you have your own show. You have your own. Who is the Breakfast Club? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have your own thing, bro.
exactly.
Make sure you call me back when you get bigger too.
Exactly, man.
For
Because
sure.
yeah, from this channel, what you're trying to cover up is making sure that you cover up the mental health, and also
Mhm.
just success ideas. Get to study people like you, because we truly believe
Yeah,
that what success leaves clues, and if you can learn from the people who have walked the path, it actually opens up a trail for the people who are looking to get in the industry. You know,
absolutely.
yeah, man, and how it has been getting to work in the Kingdom Business movie, and why do you focus more on like family drama series more than
You know
anything?
your research, bro.
Uh,
Yeah. I love family dramas, bro, because I feel like, you know, from my own life experiences as well as just to know like family is a structure that God set up. So it's a thing where when you can see conflict resolved in a healthy way, regardless of falls and ups and downs, that's like the most beautiful love story that you can ever experience. So like I love the show Greenleaf. I love Queen Sugar. I love um Was it not All of Us? Is it called All of Us? I forgot. I haven't watched it in a minute. But ABC, great show. With Stephen K. Brown, Sterling K. Brown, he's the lead of it. But like, it just shows families, black, white, they go through things, but how they navigate through the
How they
things of the
navigate,
world.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like I feel like that's so powerful. So it's just like to be a part of expressing that story, of explaining that story. Like that's, I don't know. I feel like that's heart work, where it's just like you can really experience sorrow, joy, grief, joy, and just to see it played out in a manner of like, man, that's lovely. Like, because my coach, he says, we don't go to the movies to just be entertained. We go to the movies to see ourselves, and it's something that we see the stories that we enjoy kind of bring us happiness or tears because we can relate to it. So it's just
Exactly,
like,
exactly.
yeah, I want to be a part of someone's, to inspire them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like everybody can relate on a family level. So that's why I enjoy family dramas.
True, man. Beautiful. Yeah, man. From your experience, man, what is your definition of success? And
Mm,
yeah, what is your definition of success? And what can you say to a youngster out there, who's looking to make something out of a career, just somebody out there who's looking to jump on towards his dream, but then they're scared, man, they're frightened, somebody who's in a 9 to 5 job, man, they're looking to do something
mm,
about their lives, I don't want to speak badly about the 9 to 5, because
yeah.
there are people who are doing it, who love it, they have
No,
passion and
I get
interest
it.
in it,
Trust me.
so you focus on your path, but for the
Yeah.
person that feels like, what, I haven't found my purpose, man, like,
Mhm.
yeah, man. What's your inspiration on that?
Yeah, bro. My inspiration on that is literally, like I said, I got stories for everything. So I worked a 9 to 5 a couple years back, and it paid well, and it took care of the bills. It was what I realize now. I placed so much faith in that job alone, knowing that I was called to do what I'm doing now. But it was a thing where, like, being honest, bro, I was depressed. I was just like, man, like, I'm tired of just like I was grateful for the opportunity to make the means, but at the same point, like, I was miserable every day I left. And it was a thing where, like, I'm like, man, I'm tired. Like, I know that there is more. Like, I know, like, where my heart is, and I'm not able to do that in that moment. But it was a thing where it would days I would leave work. I'm like, you know what? Tomorrow gonna be the day. I'm gonna put in my notes. I'm tired. I'm just tired. And I kept pressing through because I'm like, all right, these bills coming up too, so I can't do it yet. But literally, as time progressed, every single day or months, I'm just being honest, bro. Like, I felt like, all right, you know what? I had the email in my drafts, bro. I never sent it. But I was just like, yo, like, I can't do this. I feel like I'm called for more. But like, eventually, I got an opportunity, which was Marvel's Cloak and Dagger. And I was in a season where I began to book more jobs, and like I let my manager at that time know, like, hey, I need to take off. And like, I guess because there would be so many times she asked me over the course of my career there.
Mm.
She was like, you're doing well, but are you happy here? And me lying, I was like, yeah, of course, like, I'm a job.
We all say
But
that.
we all say that. But it was the thing where I realized, like, yo, like, she could see it. And that's the thing where we can't hide the things that we're truly feeling. And this was an older white lady. She was so nice, but it was a thing where I was lying because I really wasn't happy, but I was there for the money. And it was a thing where when I need to take off, when I started to book more, she was like, you know what, Aspen, like, we know that you're going to do greater things. And just because this is in a corporate setting, you can't keep taking off. So it even worked out in my favor, bro. Because if I would have put my notice in at the time, I
Mm.
wouldn't have, qualified for things that I needed out of the season of work, so to speak. But it worked out perfectly. I ended up booking those jobs. And from that point, I made a declaration with God. I wasn't arrogant, but I was like, all right, God, because I know your power, I will not go back to a 9 to 5. Like, I'm not doing that again. It's not that I will not work, but it's a thing where I'm like, God, I know who you are. I know what you're capable of. And since October 2018, I have not been at a full-time job again. I've been doing this full-time. And it's been ups and downs, seasons of, oh, this is great. And like, all right, what's happening next? But
Mm.
that declaration of like, God, I know I don't have to do this because I just trust you with that. Having that faith declaration, I haven't been at a 9 to 5 since then. So like, but it literally, like I said, took me through all those emotions of not knowing what was next. But I had to take the step to say, God, I trust you. This is what I know you can do. And if you called to something, bro, like what stood out to me when you said that was the word purpose. I feel like we don't. our purpose is found in God. Like he has the blueprint for our lives in terms of like, hey, I'm going to give him a desire to want to play basketball. I'm going to give this girl a desire to want to sing. We don't just want to do things that the things that are in us, we want to do them for a reason, because the things that we're not interested in, we don't care about. We don't,
Time
I would
wasting,
love to
time
be
wasting.
Chinese one day. I would, maybe learn Mandarin, but my heart isn't there. So like, if you're
Mm,
called to something, it's been placed in you for a reason. So like, purpose is found in God. And I feel like the more we spend time with him, he will reveal or make a way to place us in the positions to experience, okay, now this is my passion for XYZ. So like literally, bro, like not to be overbearing with it, but bro, truly trusting God to say, hey, you giving me this desire to do whatever, fill in that blank for whoever's watching. But truly, like, I need your help to guide me along this path, as well as to open those doors for me and never let me fall, short of where I'm supposed to be. So it's just like knowing that, bro, it will give you the confidence to say, God, I trust you fully. And as you show me, I'm going to incline my ear towards you to take the right steps, because I know I don't have to be bound to a 9 to 5. Nothing is wrong with a 9 to 5, but when you have bigger dreams, you just got to follow that sometimes, but you also have to be wise. But at the same time, it's just like, you got to trust that when something is in your heart, God has placed that in your heart to live out and seek him to fulfill that for you.
Yo, truly, truly is a blessing, man. Like,
Yeah.
it's almost like you're confirming my journey, bro, because I had to do the same thing. But for me, I remember, like, you know what, I was in my room alone, and I had to speak
Mhm.
to God, though, because nobody, like, my mom taught me how to pray.
Yeah.
She used to pray for me, every single day. Like in the mornings when I'm sleeping, he'll come there early, like
Mhm.
5. She'll pray, she'll kneel down and pray, and then she'll tell
Mhm.
me every before I sleep, she'll come and just tell me, don't forget to pray. But for some reason
Mhm.
that those words just got into my subconscious mind, and every day
Mhm.
when I had a breaking moment for myself, and that is where I
Yeah.
started to discover, what, there's this power that is available to everyone, and
Yeah.
you don't need to like remain a victim. You can start creating
Yes.
your life, and I don't think I wouldn't have got this opportunity to meet up with you if I didn't follow God, if I didn't
Mhm.
stay true to the faith,
Yeah.
and really, really taking chance on yourself,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm really, really, truly, truly grateful for this meeting, and for this podcast, and for you and to everybody who's watching, guys, like Aspen Kennedy Wilson, such an amazing human being, and I've learned a lot
You are,
today.
bro. You're my brother now. Hey, you're my brother, bro. Hey, when I pull up to South
Follow,
Africa, I'm gonna show you the spots.
pick up the phone and call me, man. So when I pull
For real,
up that
bro.
side, I'm gonna be calling you. So yeah,
I
man.
got you.
Yeah,
Got you, bro. For
for
sure,
sure.
man.
Yeah, man. So but thank you so much for your time. And I truly, truly believe that a lot of people got helped from your message. And also we wanted to have you here just because we want people to awaken something within themselves, and also just to learn more about the principles of
Yeah.
building good relationships as well, and getting to find your purpose in the journey. So yeah, man. If there's anything that you want to share before we kick out, yeah,
Mhm.
you can kick that
Man,
out.
God bless you, bro. God bless your family. Anything you put your hands on, anybody's watching, God is with you, even in the moments where you feel like, I don't know what's next. I don't know what's now. I don't understand or exactly where you're standing. He understands. And the more, we set out our hearts to draw towards him, he will meet us exactly where we are and help us and uplift us if we trust it. Like you said, without faith, it's impossible to please him. And when we please him, just know like he covers us, he shelters us, he uplifts us, he elevates us, he protects us, and overwhelms us with his love. So if y'all doubting, don't doubt. Believe so you can
Yo,
receive
guys.
it. And once he changes things for you, open for you, do not, don't forget him. Don't forget him when he does,
Mm,
because you have to pass it along to know like, hey, we're disciples. We should go out into the world and create and share the good news, as well as to teach people about him and the standards that he requires of us to live out in our lives, because we're truly all his children. We're siblings in Christ. So it's just like, that's what he expects of us. So all my sisters and
mm.
brothers who's watching, my brother, thank you for having me. And like, I'm excited for you and everybody who's watching, bro.
Blessings, man. Thank you so much. From the behalf of the Young Hustle Podcast, guys, we had Aspen Wilson Kennedy. Thank you so much, brother, and we're looking forward to
Thank you,
seeing
man.
you with so much more that God will bless you with. And looking forward to our next meeting, after you've progressed it as well. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So guys,
Thank
if you haven't, please like our video and also do subscribe, press the bell notification. And don't forget, we're gonna leave some details on the description below. And yeah, thank you so much. We're signing up.
you, bro. God bless you.
Appreciate it, brother. God bless you.